Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. Bachelorette star Taylor Frankie Paul shares the hidden emotional impact of filming. Taylor Frankie Paul is opening up about what life really looked like once the camera stopped rolling. While fans sought confidence, romance, and polished moments on screen, Taylor admits that the experience came with an emotional weight she wasn't fully prepared for. After filming wrapped, Taylor revealed that adjusting back to normal life was harder than expected. The intense schedule, constant attention, and pressure to stay strong in front of the cameras slowly began to take a toll behind the scenes. She shared that the sudden shift from being surrounded by production crews to being alone with her thoughts felt overwhelming. Taylor explained that reality TV doesn't always show the quieter moments when emotions settle in. Watching herself relive personal conversations and vulnerable scenes brought up feelings she thought she had already moved past. It forced her to reflect on her choices, relationships, and how public judgment can affect self-confidence. Despite the challenges, Taylor emphasized that the experience also taught her valuable lessons. She learned the importance of setting boundaries, prioritizing emotional well-being, and asking for support when needed. Friends, family, and time away from the spotlight helped her regain balance. Now, Taylor says she's focusing on healing, growth, and moving forward with a clearer sense of self. While the journey wasn't easy, she hopes that sharing her story will remind others that it's okay to acknowledge emotional struggles, even after achieving something exciting. Her honesty has sparked conversations among fans, many of whom praise her for showing the reality behind the glamour. As Taylor Frankie Paul continued to reflect on her time after filming, she admitted that the emotional impact didn't fade overnight. Even weeks later, she found herself replaying moments from the show in her mind, wondering how certain scenes might be interpreted and how public opinions could shape her future. She shared that returning to everyday routines felt strange at first. Simple moments that once brought comfort suddenly felt unfamiliar. The contrast between the fast-paced filming environment and the quiet of normal life made her realize how deeply the experience had affected her emotional rhythm. Taylor also spoke about the pressure of maintaining a public image. While viewers often expect reality stars to move on quickly, she explained that personal growth doesn't happen on a set timeline. Being constantly discussed online made it harder to fully disconnect and process her feelings in private. Over time, Taylor began finding healthy ways to cope. She leaned into creative outlets, spent time reconnecting with close friends, and allowed herself to step back from social media when needed. Those small choices helped her reconnect with herself and rebuild confidence away from the spotlight. She emphasized that what viewers see on television is only a fraction of the full experience. Behind every edited episode are real emotions, quiet moments of doubt, and lessons learned the hard way. Sharing her story, she hopes, will encourage more open conversations about emotional well-being in the world of reality TV. As Taylor looks ahead, she says she's entering this next chapter with more awareness and self-respect. The journey challenged her, but it also shaped her into someone stronger, ready to move forward on her own terms. Taylor Frankie Paul also addressed how the experience changed her perspective on relationships. She admitted that being placed in such an intense emotional environment made her confront parts of herself she had previously avoided. Every conversation carried weight, and every decision felt amplified under constant observation. After the show, she found herself more cautious about opening up too quickly. Trust, she explained, became something she wanted to build slowly rather than in the spotlight. The process taught her that meaningful connections require space, patience, and honesty, especially when cameras are no longer present. She also spoke about the importance of self-reflection. Taking time away from outside noise allowed Taylor to understand what she truly wants moving forward. She began focusing on personal goals, emotional balance, and surrounding herself with people who support her growth without judgment.
Fans responded strongly to her openness. Many reached out to say they felt seen by her honesty, sharing their own experiences of feeling overwhelmed after major life changes. Taylor said those messages reminded her that vulnerability can create connection, even during uncertain
As she
times.
steps into life beyond reality television, Taylor says she feels more grounded. The experience challenged her emotionally, but it also gave her clarity. She's choosing to move forward with intention, protecting her peace while staying grateful for the journey that shaped her. Her story continues to resonate, proving that behind the glamorous moments are real emotions, real lessons, and real growth. As time passed, Taylor Frankie Paul began to recognize how much strength it took simply to show up every day after filming ended. She explained that the experience didn't just affect her emotionally, it reshaped how she viewed herself. Moments that once felt small now carried new meaning, and she became more aware of how pressure can quietly build when expectations are high. She admitted that silence played a big role in her recovery. Stepping away from constant opinions allowed her to finally hear her own voice again. Without the noise of production schedules or online reactions, Taylor started rebuilding a sense of calm that had been missing for a long time. Taylor also reflected on how viewers often underestimate the lasting effects of reality television. While the show may end for audiences, participants continue processing long after the final episode airs. She emphasized that growth doesn't happen instantly. It happens in pauses, reflection, and choosing yourself even when it feels uncomfortable. Through this period, Taylor learned to be kinder to herself. Instead of judging her reactions, she allowed space for understanding and healing. That shift, she said, marked a turning point, one where she stopped measuring her worth through public response and started valuing her own emotional needs. Looking ahead, Taylor shared that she feels more prepared for whatever comes next. She's not rushing into the spotlight again, but she isn't closing the door on future opportunities either. This time, she plans to move forward with clearer boundaries and a stronger sense of balance. Her journey stands as a reminder that behind every televised moment is a real person learning, growing, and finding their way, one step at a time. Taylor Frankie Paul also spoke about how the experience reshaped her relationship with herself. For the first time in a long while, she allowed herself to slow down and truly listen to her emotions instead of pushing through them. That pause, she said, became one of the most meaningful parts of her journey after filming. She revealed that stepping away from constant visibility helped her rediscover simple joys, quiet mornings, unfiltered conversations, and moments that didn't need to be shared or explained. These small experiences reminded her that not every chapter needs an audience to be valuable. Taylor acknowledged that public attention can blur personal boundaries if you're not careful. Learning when to engage and when to step back became a form of self-protection. She emphasized that choosing privacy doesn't mean shutting people out. It means honoring your own needs first. As she continues to move forward, Taylor says she's more intentional about the energy she allows into her life. She's focused on growth that feels genuine rather than rushed, and connections that feel supportive rather than performative. That mindset, she believes, will guide her decisions in both her personal and professional life. Her honesty continues to resonate with fans who appreciate seeing a more human side of reality television. By sharing her experience, Taylor hopes to remind others that feeling overwhelmed after a major life moment is normal, and that healing is a process, not a destination. With a clearer sense of direction and renewed self-awareness, Taylor is embracing this new chapter with quiet confidence, ready to build a future that feels authentic and balanced. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.